What's up, Bertini fam? Now, as you see in the title of the video, today I have a potential buyer coming to purchase my 2020 Harley-Davidson Street Glide Special. It's my performance bagger. It is completely built. If you have not been following along in my YouTube series on my performance bagger build, it is absolutely insane. I put on pretty much everything you could do to a performance bagger is on my bike. So this thing is absolutely crazy. It makes tons of power, tons of torque. It puts down, I believe, 203 horsepower currently and 197 foot-pounds of torque. So this thing rips. I think it's the funniest thing in the world. You have an $83,000 motorcycle with with a factory brake arm on. I hope the new owner decides to keep it that way, but even if he decides to change it, yeah, he has the option to do so. But yeah, this is the bike. I haven't had an opportunity to clean it up at all. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to detail it. I've been in like tons of meetings lately, and so yeah, it hasn't been touched. But as many of you already know who have been watching my build series for quite some time, this thing always stays in mint condition. I keep this bike pretty much flawless all the time, so it's not like it's going to need much work anyways. And the bike only has, right now, it's sitting at 2,536 miles, so it's barely ridden anyways. So yeah, this thing is super mint regardless. Now, before we jump into today's video, if you have not yet joined the Bertini fam, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of my build series content. I have a lot more stuff coming to the channel. I have a new build series, a motorcycle build series specifically, that's going to be starting, so you're going to want to stay tuned in for that. I still have my Mini Cooper build series that we're doing on this Beast Mode Mini Cooper. I have a sports car that's going to be coming to the channel soon, which is going to be pretty sick. So you're going to want to stay tuned in for that. So there's quite a bit coming to the channel. And besides that, it's free to subscribe to my channel. $0, 0 cents. Just click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Now, with all the formalities out of the way, go ahead and roll the intro. Now, the potential buyer should be pulling up here any moment now. But before he does, there's quite a bit going on for those of you who have not been involved in my YouTube series. So there's a lot of custom one-off pieces on this bike, but I pretty much thought of every detail that you could think about on some of these baggers. The only thing that he might want to do if he ever wants to is maybe change the color of certain pieces. Like he could change the color of the tank and the front fairing, but outside of that, I mean, it's pretty much good to go unless he doesn't like the color of this. But I have a custom carbon one-off pieces for the radio delete. Digital gauges from Dakota Digital. I went ahead and found the black rings. I have MJK Performance carbon fiber. What is this? You know what this is, the handlebar and steering. I forgot what it's called. Everything's going to slip my mind right now, of course, because I'm filming. That's how it works. Duh. Arlen Ness mirrors. These things are so nice, so clean. Hoffman Designs carbon all throughout the bike. Hoffman Designs. Their gas cap, it's that 12-point style, super nice. I was pretty much, I think, one of the first ones to go, one or the second to go public with this gas cap. I believe RG Destroyer was the first one. I saw his at Daytona Bike Week, and then, of course, not Trask, but Hoffman Designs made it happen for me to get one. Yeah, look, the grips, the waffle grips, carbon fiber all over, all Hoffman Designs, the FXR style fenders, Trask Performance rear foot pegs, Trask Performance floorboards, Trask Performance shifter, Trask Performance shift linkage. My whole drive line is built. I have a compensator delete in there. I have I forgot what it's called, the thing that gives tension to the chain. It's slipping my mind right now. Anyways, the Barnett Scorpion clutch, I got their like beast mode one, which if it's too hard in the future for the next owner to pull, I put springs in there for him to make it softer or heavier, whichever he prefers. Trask Performance Checkmate. As you can see, the Trask Performance swing arm, the lightweight aluminum swing arm, that saved a bunch of weight with the carbon fiber accent. I forgot the name of the chain, but it is rated to 300 horsepower, so it's a beast mode of a chain. I have the Fuel Moto train drive conversion kit. What else am I forgetting? Oh, of course, Clockworks. Windshield, super nice. Hoffman Designs from Fender. Gopher rotors, all the way around. Hoffman Designs wheels. These things are super, super nice. Really love the look on those things. I forgot who makes these end caps, but the axle covers. And then, of course, coming over to the big boy side of the bike. So my motor is a built 131. It started life as a 131, a Screaming Eagle 131, and moved over its life to a S&S. So the only thing right now, well, it does have built heads. They were reworked, but yeah, it's still a 131 from, it's still a. I still decided to keep this badging over here, and it originally was the 1 Plus over heads, the 131 heads. The inside of the cam chest plate, everything in there is redone, all from S&S as well. I'm forgetting something. There's also something in there. Oh, the S&S 5, we went with a 550 cam now. We had it in a 540 at one point. We've had a 475. We've had a 117. So we've had quite a few different cams in there. But the current one is the 550, I believe. And then, of course, we have the monster turbo. This is what obviously grabs everybody's attention on here with the tile wastegate. It is on the very minimum spring, so this way nothing gets destroyed in the motor. And also, it's only running 8 pounds of boost, so very light. So if he ever wants to turn up and go crazy, he can, and make more power, more torque. I don't see why not, because this thing is already absolutely insane to ride. Oh, I almost forgot some more stuff. This bike has too much stuff. And then back here, I don't know if you could see in there, we have a 6-speed Baker Grudge Box, absolutely beast mode transmission. This thing is crazy, and it's broken in now, which is really, really nice for the new owner, so they won't have to like blow through it. I forgot who makes this. I think it's I'm forgetting their name, but it is a steering stabilizer. The other thing, I don't know if you could see in here, I have a built swing arm. I forgot what it's called. The isolators. I have the isolators in there, which are built, as well as the shaft itself. I don't know why I'm making this motion right now. I'm not trying to be inappropriate, I promise you. But the shaft itself is actually built because this bike puts down so much torque that it was bending the factory ones that we would put in. So we had to put this in. So completely beast mode. The bike is running a Thundermax ECU auto tuner, and right now this thing is running buttery smooth after we changed out that MAF sensor. So if you've seen previous videos, that was the issue that we were having in terms of the tuning, was the MAF sensor was off, and yeah, that was causing our problems. But anyways, getting back to this. So Drag Specialties Predator 3 seat, super nice, really like this. I also like the low profileness of this because it allows me to flat foot the bike. Same thing, I have the matching backrest. By the way, anything you see on my bike, there's a video on, and there's also part numbers for everything that you're interested in. And then on the rear here, I have the Carbon Visionary rear reservoir mounts. Carbon Visionary makes absolutely sick performance parts. And I was one of the first people with these rear reservoir mounts, super, super nice. And then that's paired up with the best, absolute best suspension in my opinion, and that's the Nowaski Performance rear suspension. This thing is super, super sweet. I've seen guys run these on the racetrack, and I was like, yes, must have. Then we have my plate holder is from, I'm forgetting the name. It's actually the same person who makes the steering stabilizer that I was just showing you. But anyways, that's who makes my plate. Electric Lighting Co. makes my rear lights over here. Carbon fiber rear fender is from Hoffman Designs. Then I have the Centauro Fabworks seat lock. I'm probably forgetting some stuff here, but because there's so much stuff on a bike like this. I have the liners, the Hogworks bag liners. Those are really, really nice. Allows you to store a bunch of stuff, but yeah, I know I'm missing. Oh, and then my battery is an anti-gravity. I forgot what it's called, but it's a beast mode of a battery. Absolutely overkill for this bike. But that's pretty much everything on this bike is major overkill. But yeah, it is what it is. Super, super nice setup. The new owner is going to be absolutely ecstatic with this thing. He's coming to check it out right now. He's a super nice guy, though. His name is Bill. Him and I have been actually talking for quite some time now. Keeping in mind, too, like, a bike like this, especially at the price point that I'm selling at, it is a very niche buyer. One, and let's just be frank, it is what it is. And I know this because I have the money into this bike. You need somebody with deep pockets. That's for starters. And obviously not everybody's rolling around with this kind of dough. So that's the first part. The second part is they got to be crazy enough to want something this built and this fast. Because it is what it is. It is a crazy, crazy bike. The nice part is you get the best of both worlds, where you get the bagger side where he can just cruise this thing. And you also get the side where when he's ready to go guns blazing, he can do it and smoke pretty much everybody else's bike. Remember too, my bike is not just turboed, it's not just a built motor, but it's also really, really lightweight in comparison to most baggers. So, yeah, this thing is absolutely crazy. I know he's gonna have a blast on it, but yeah, so it's taken me a few months to sell, as many of you know, who have been following along on my channel for some time, because of that. You know, it's a niche bike. It needs a niche buyer, and niche on multiple levels, from the sense that you need pockets and you need to be into performance like this. So, guy is a super sweet guy. He has an amazing story. Obviously, he can afford the bike, and yeah, he drove down from where he's located on the west coast of Florida, so like the Panhandle side of Florida. He's driving down from his house. He actually drove down last night, stayed out here, and then now he's going to head over and take a look at the bike. Hopefully he likes it. Hopefully he falls in love with it and says, you know what, I want it. And if he does, the bike will be going to its home to its new owner. So yeah, now it's just a waiting game.
These are nice. I mean, these things are expensive.
Yeah, and they don't weigh, it practically weigh nothing. If you go back and you look at the videos, I think I saved like 7 pounds per bag.
What do you believe your total weight savings on the whole bike?
So we've had it put on a scale. So the total scale, so factory they come, they're like 870 something pounds. Mm-hmm. This one weighed in at 691 or 693. So it's, for a bagger, mm-hmm. It is light. It's considered very lightweight. So we saved several hundreds of pounds off of it.
Yes.
I mean, the battery alone, though, there's certain things that you like are obvious. So the battery alone weighed like 20 something pounds.
Yeah, those lead batteries are like a boat anchor.
Exactly.
So you got like the 1 pound.
Exactly. It was even less. Yeah, it's the anti-gravity. Plus we went up in cranking amps. This way it's like good. Rear fender, we saved like 9-10 pounds. Each bag was saving, the weight savings was like 7 pounds per bag. Side covers each were 1 pound, which is crazy that it even weighed that much. Front fender was like another 10 pounds. So yeah, quite a bit. Floorboards, the factory ones are just so heavy. Same thing, passenger pegs. The radio system saved 20 something pounds.
I bet it did.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
So that's one thing nice about your bike. You've done a lot of the trial and error, proofing it out. You know, the weak points, like the isolator, the bushings there, and what type of chain you need to go with.
Yes, 100%. Even the thing, because I know you mentioned this in conversation, because you and I have been talking for some time now, but like with the tuning on the bike. So the thing that went bad that I was telling you about is this sensor right here, the MAF sensor, is what was throwing off the whole tune. I actually have the replacement that we took off. Yeah. I still have it here, but this was the issue. So what was happening is the bike wasn't reading the air fuel correctly. And that's what the tune was trying to constantly compensate for. But now, I mean, now it's smooth as butter.
You know, I think you might have said this, but
that's all custom welded.
If it's hand welded, no pipe's the same. They're all
zero. Especially if you look anywhere on the internet, it doesn't matter where you look, and I take a lot of pride in this, and I paid a lot of extra money for this. This is the only one from Trask that is this way. It's the only one that has this same turnout, that has this same cutout. I was the first one with it. Have proof in the pudding. I have it on the internet.
So this was
all hand.
Pretty penny upgrade.
But that's the concept, right? This is a bike where you're like, put as much, you know, all the bells and whistles, and try to do as much of that as possible.
What's nice about this bike, once you start focusing on details, you see stuff like that.
Yes.
Because you can overlook it if you don't just stop and look at that.
Yeah.
So when you stop and look at just one section, you go, this bike's loaded with a lot of nice options.
Here, you go ahead and start it up. So you can hear what it actually sounds like. Okay. So I'll take you through the sequence here.
Okay.
So pretty much you stand next to the bike. You turn this on. It gives you all your electronics. and then you're hold it down obviously until it starts.
That's your off button.
That's your off button. That is it. So what do you think just turning it on, hearing it? Like, what's your initial impression?
It's going to turn heads.
The number one comment that I get when I'm riding it is, what the hell is that thing?
People are going to stop and look.
People stop and look. Yeah, aside from all the carbon, because immediately the carbon stands out, but then the turbo is what the hell? Yeah. It spools. Now question though, because you watch videos, and I know a lot of people always say that videos don't ever do it justice. What do you think, like in reality, aside from the business side of this, but what do you think in reality in terms of, you've seen it in videos for some time now?
It's the next level.
It is, okay, good.
It's like someone showing the photograph of the Rocky Mountains in the photograph, and then you going out there looking at it.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I know you have fast vehicles. I know you have it's a 71 Chevelle SS with the new
LSX 454.
Yeah, which is beast mode. Actually, I have some video of it, so I'll put it in this video. But yeah, it's beast mode. Bill, you also have a Huracan Evo.
Evo, yeah.
Yeah, he's no newcomer to speed, so he obviously knows. So, and that's important too, because when you have bikes like these, you know, or any vehicles, right? Any of the vehicles that I have that are high horsepower, you do have to be very, very, very careful with them. If you don't respect the horsepower, it'll end you up in a really bad situation. Man, that thing looks so good going away.
That's a handful right there.
It is, right? What'd you think?
The Baker Grudge Box.
Yeah.
It's a really harsh, positive
engagement. Yeah, you definitely have to with the kind of power, or else they snap.
A stock fan, or is that a...
No, it's a Thunder Max oil cooler fan, and basically what it does is, as the turbo, depending on how hard you ride it, etc., it basically brings the bike down to the temperature it should be at before it turns itself off. So you definitely got on it.
Well, I tried to, but I couldn't, because once you get to about $4,000,
it's fine.
You're going so fast, there's no need to try to get more. Just shift to the next gear.
Yeah, exactly.
About $4,000, it's pulling all you need to hang on to.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Actually, I didn't really. I don't even think I got over 4,500.
Yeah. You don't need it. I tell people that. People don't realize until you drive it, until you're riding around on it, you really don't need it. That's why when I hear people say about upgrading the wastegate spring and getting it to 230 horsepower, I'm like, why?
And it kind of makes sense now with the milder cam, because why try to reach 6,000 and it's hard to hang on to it at 4,000.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. So that's it. Bill and I just did the deal. He's actually heading back to his city now, so he has about a 6.5, 7 hour drive back to his city, where he lives in Florida, and then he will be back, I think in about 5 or 6 days, take the trip back up to actually pick up the bike, and so he needs to go get his trailer and stuff like that. So yeah, he loved it. So this is awesome. Bill, I know you'll see this after the fact, but I'm glad that it's going to a really good home. I know it's going to look This bike's gonna look really sick next to your Lamborghini Huracan and the 71 Chevelle SS. I think it's gonna look really good in your garage, so I'll need to get pictures of this, of it in your garage, and I'm happy that it's going to a really, really good home. With that being said, Bertini fam, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. This way you can stay up to date on my next motorcycle build series. The bike should be delivered here soon, and probably in the next few days, and you're gonna wanna check this out because I'm not doing this kind of bagger build. Basically, I'm gonna go, I can't tell you all yet what bike I ended up with, but it's definitely going to hit a lot more people because the bike that I went with is actually owned by way more people than a Street Glide or than Road Glide owners. Like, there's a lot more of these bikes out on the road, so you're gonna wanna see it because we're gonna make it the sickest build on the internet. You'll wanna stay tuned in for that. With that being said, make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.